Hi, Hannah from Hannah Ekman Relocations, and today for our Suburb Snapshot we're in Buddina. Where we're standing at the moment is in Harbour Parade. As you can see, we're just opposite the gorgeous fish markets of Mooloolaba, and behind me is the headland that runs up to the lighthouse. So Buddina is a thin stretch of suburb that runs parallel to the beach, and it sort of gradually moves into Warana and then down to Bokarina, Kawana, Watulla. They're all sort of blended together a little bit, and then just a couple of k's inland you move into Minyama, which is the land of yachts and gated communities, and all gets a little bit fancy. We'll have a look there next year. So the feel of Buddina is quite a quiet little suburb. It gets busy at the weekends and public holidays. There's some beautiful pathways that lead around the headland, like I say, so you always have people walking. You get lots of families come down and use the play parks down here when the weather's good. But it never gets too crazy. Usually you can get parked and you can find a picnic spot, which is pretty nice. And then days like today, where it's a little bit overcast, it's not too bad at all. In fact, there's hardly anyone around today, which is really nice. So Buddina is accessed off the Nicklin Way, and to get into Brisbane, it's just bang on 100 kilometres into Brisbane, so it's about an hour and 25 minutes. The only problem you have with commuting is that you have to use the Nicklin Way onto the Sunny Coast Highway and then back out to the Bruce Highway, and all three of those roads can get quite congested at the busy times, and if there's an accident it really sort of slows things down quite a lot. So that's something to bear in mind if you're commuting. It just might be something to factor in time-wise. In terms of schooling, you're in the catchment area for Buddina State School for primary, and that's quite a sweet little community school. They do have around, I think their website says 670 students-ish at the moment, but it still managed to maintain that feel of a primary school in a community, and the kids don't get too lost there. In terms of high schooling, you're in the Mountain Creek High School zone, and that has a great reputation, particularly if you've got children who are high achievers or who have extracurricular interests. I think they run some really good programs and opportunities for kids who are sort of pushing for that little bit more out of their school. Childcare, you've got a couple of choices on your doorstep. We've got the Good Start Early Learning in Buddina itself, and then we've got Minyama Early Learning Centre as well, just a couple of k's away. And if you were willing to travel, there's another one called Green Beginnings in Kawana, and they have a focus on child-led play and creativity and sort of quite an organic setting. I'm a big fan. If you would consider the travel, it's worth having a look at that one. All of those childcares run kindy programs, Queensland approved kindy programs, and they'll all probably have wait lists as well. So as soon as you have a rough idea where you're coming to, it's well worth getting your kids registered as quick as possible. There's usually a small fee to get on the wait lists. For further education, you're quite well placed for the University of the Sunshine Coast, which is in Sippy Downs, which is about 11 kilometres away. So it'll take you under 20 minutes in the car, or if you're up for it and you've got the legs for it, you can cycle in and back, which is a pretty good option. Coming to property, realestate.com at the time of filming have the median property price at $660,000 with a rental median of $475 per week. That gets you a 3 to 4 bedroom house. You do need to bear in mind around here the plot sizes aren't huge. As you'll see, there's a few apartment blocks behind me, and they do run the length of the beach. There's some higher apartments, but most of Buddina you'll find is small houses, low set houses, and without huge yards. But to compensate for that, you do have the parks and the beach and the natural resources around you, so it may not be as important as it would be, say, living in the city. Other bonuses of this area, apart from the beach and the lighthouse, the amazing views, the proximity to just about everything in the Sunshine Coast, you have the Kawana Shopping World, which is only 2.5 k's away, and you've got Woolworths, an Aldi, Coles, and all your general high street shopping. You've got a big W there as well. So everything's on your doorstep without being intrusive into the community. You still maintain that sort of sleepy feel around here. And another bonus is that you're right opposite the fish market, so when it comes around to Christmas you can be first in the queue for the fresh prawns, and actually you can get some amazing seafood all year round straight off the trawlers. So well worth having a look. If that sounds like you, come on down and have a look and have a poke around and see what you think. So till next time.